come back together.
Alright, so
No. Just,
Do a really fast
there's-
situation.
and I guess sometimes they're not the answer
There
to the
isn't,
problem.
yeah, and that's
It's just
the
a matter
problem with
of
this one.
being sympathetic.
It's
Yeah.
hard.
And this is actually some hard role playing you guys doing here.
It was just good. The harder it is, the better you'll be able to do it in real situations. Hopefully, you know, there's always the limit. Too hard to just collapse. But like, I don't know. I love role playing. I love it so much. Like, I used to do it
Yeah.
all the time, and I loved it. Like, it's just, I feel like it's so.
Yeah.
Oh, well, what's they're talking about?
Sorry.
No, you guys are good.
No,
There's learning occurring. I like
really,
that.
The only thing you can do on that is just kind of like listen. You know what I mean? Like, okay, what kind of avenues do you have to go try to fix this? Because it's seriously, I think that's the hardest one.
Well, that could be the connecting link. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
as a
If I had
mentor
someone
that-
that I could like actually talk, that I could have talked to in that kind of situation, then that would have actually changed everything. I mean, like, oh, okay, I can do this. I don't feel like I'm stuck here. I don't feel like there's no way out. Do I have to like just stop going altogether?
Okay, we'll continue with that. So I love the role playing aspect so much. I feel it's so useful. Like I'll even use it when I'm asking out girls sometimes. Like I'll have my sounds really silly, but like I'll have my roommate like just be the girl on the other end of the phone, just because I feel like it's so useful, because it's kind of like a practice run, a dry run, so you can like see different situations. You can see how like what she says no, she says yes, sort of things, just how to react. That's just one small aspect. But as student mentors, we'll be able to hopefully, you guys, if you don't like role playing, learn to love it. It is great. So what did you guys see as both the mentor and the mentee? I want to ask you, what did you guys see? And what did you guys hear? And more importantly, what did you guys feel as you were the student mentor and as you were the student mentee, or just the student, I should say? So take a moment, think about that, and then just let me know what you guys are seeing. And then afterwards, I'm going to ask these guys in the back what they saw from a coaching perspective. All right, so I'm going to ask you guys, what did you guys see? And then we'll ask them what they felt, because it's hard to see what you're feeling.
Mine, they had a lot of really good ideas for very difficult situations, and just the way of handling it. And then some things that they understood was to make suggestions, but never tell them what to do. That it's always I've got these ideas that you could try, but and then definitely make sure that they know. I mean, one of them was even a person got in an accident in their car. They didn't have any way to fix it, and it's like, well, I only live a couple minutes from the school. I could give you a ride, kind of thing. Where it was like willing to show that you care enough to go out of your way to help the person. And that, in my opinion, it opens the door a lot for trust to be grown, and it was really good.
Cool. Thank you.
A few things. Typically, whenever I see a role-playing situation, our natural tendency is to offer up solutions for many of us. And while the intention and motive behind that is great, a lot of times people need to be heard. They want you to just listen. Usually.
It's not about the now.
Yeah, it's not about the name. Okay, and so once you can, and so rephrasing yourself, you know, what I hear you saying is this, and this is your concern, and to be able to do that genuinely, not just, it's like, oh, I need to rephrase, check, okay, I did that, but to really, because then they can see that you're listening, which builds trust. My take on these is really, as a facilitator, we want to help them to be able to see themselves more clearly, like the mirror metaphor, and to be able to say, you know yourself best. You know the circumstances best. I want to ask you some questions to be able to understand your situation maybe a little better like you do.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I can be helpful. And to be able to say, I'm going through this. Well, when you say you're going through this, tell me why that's important to you. Because as you ask them questions, it helps them maybe see more clearly. Maybe because a lot of times they're full of emotion, and they can't see things clearly until you help them process. So just by asking some of the questions, well, tell me why that's important. Help me understand this a little better. And then what do you think is the best solution? You know the situation best. Why do you think that's the best solution? And if they don't have answers, then like Rob was saying, you say, well, would you ever consider this? Given what you know about so-and-so or the circumstances, would you ever consider this? Because again, maybe the emotions are preventing them from being able to think clearly.
And I agree with you 100%. When I think of these role plays, especially this situation where it is a personal aspect, I feel as if it's just like a friend coming to you asking for advice. And a lot of people come up to me, they do ask me for advice. And whenever I do implement the just asking questions strategy, I feel that's when it's most effective. Because first of all, you're showing the other person that you do care about them, that you do love them, and you're clarifying about their situations. So when you're clarifying for yourself, just as Darren said, you're also clarifying it for the other person, so that they can see what it really is. And when you are right up in the face of the problem, it's hard to see. But if you get a different perspective and you take a step back, you're helping them see things for the big picture, and then you're helping them see their own solution, because they're going to do what they want to do no matter what. But our ability is to help them see things clearer by asking those defining questions so that they can choose the correct path. Now, I want to ask you guys as students, how did you feel when you're explaining your problems? Did you feel like your mentor counterpart? Did you feel like that they were listening, that they were sympathetic to your cause? Getting a head nod. Okay, go ahead.
Well, and my issue was quite complex, and I feel sorry for Ellen here, but really all that he had to do was listen. That's all I needed him to do. And then from there, maybe you could have asked him like questions about, okay, what do you think you can do to fix this problem? Or what do you think it will actually take? You just kind of get into it at that point. When it was switched and we were talking about like him breaking up with a girlfriend and stuff like that. And you had talked about making sure that we're focusing on turn it out. Make sure that he knows that, hey, you can actually go and kind of get emotional support from these other groups. It doesn't just have to be you and you alone because you broke up with your girlfriend broke up with you.
Mm-hmm. Cool, thank you. I agree. Oftentimes it's just the whole friend thing. Obviously, you need to keep the barriers there. But yeah, I want to hear from you guys, Haley and Kelsey. What did you guys experience as you guys were talking?
Well, she kind of had a really complex situation, and I was just thinking, gosh, like if this was real life, like gotta be on your toes. You don't know what to expect, and I don't know. I think it's really good that we are learning these type of techniques because I think that they'll work for most every situation, and you'll already have something to go off of because we will encounter complex situations.
Cool. And it is okay to not have the answer to every problem. That is perfectly okay. As long as you're authentic, as we talked about, as long as you're authentic and say, that sounds tough. I'm so sorry. But just be there to support them. Kelsey, how did you feel as she was mentoring you? Or at least as she was listening and talking to you, how did you feel?
Oh, she did, we switched to that?
Huh?
Okay, you were my mentor, and I was, yeah, okay. I thought she did a really good job, especially because this is an actual problem I'm dealing with, and I really want to help my friend out. So I can go and talk to my friend and say these same things, so help her out.
Cool. So you felt like this would actually work then?
Yeah, I think this will actually work, and it'll go somewhere.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you. What about you guys? What did you guys experience?
It's like these circumstances will happen to a person and then you motivate him. So it makes him stronger. So if it's happening, so it's happening again. If it's happening again, so he can control it.
Okay.
His problem.
So if something like that does occur again, then you're giving him solutions.
Yeah.
Instead of just feeding him the fish, you're teaching
So
him how to
that makes
fish.
him stronger, you know.
Yeah.
So if it's happening again, he can control it.
That's smart. Thank you. Thank you for doing that, because I feel like oftentimes, myself included, we just try and fix the problem instead of taking the time to teach the person how they can fix the problem in the future. And I think that's where the major switch comes in, because I have no idea about the hierarchy of teaching or whatever, but if you can teach, if you can honestly help someone so that they can be self-sustainable and they can deal with the problem later on, they kind of level up. Like you help them to level up, to get better. Thank you. That's really insightful. Go ahead.
So have you guys ever had the need, so something happens to you in your life and you feel the need to tell someone, but they don't really give you the reaction that you want, and so maybe you forget you tell them, so you retell them, they're like, yeah, you told me the story